Hey, how's everyone doing this morning? Oh, today's the first day. I'm going to be checking out this interior, actually getting into it and checking out what's wrong with it. But it's cleaned out now to where I don't gag every 10 minutes. So I'm finding new mildew spots. But things in here, particularly on this floor, which right off the bat, let me just say I picked up one of these tools. I don't know what it is, some type of side angle cut thing, but got for like $15 in Harbor Freight that's closing down nearby. And this sucker is wonderful. It's already saved me a long time. I had to take off this bottom plate, which acted as a skid for the door. But they actually do put beads of welds on the side, so I cut right through that with that tool, and that saved me a lot of time. But here was the only soft spot in the floor that I found, was right here. I went ahead, filled it up, and sure as hell, that's where it's at. And it extends probably about a foot past this, and about a foot, and well, yeah, only about 10 inches past this, because that's where you hit the step up. And that's the only damage I've seen on the floor from looking at it from below when I'm sticking my head underneath it. And that's the only soft spot I feel. So I'm going to replace just this section from the edge here, and I'm probably just going to replace it all the way up to the end there. So I got to take out this booth, and then I have to rip up all this linoleum, and with that tool and a different blade, I'm going to just cut the section out. There's a beam right here, a metal beam that runs the length of the trailer. It's the main frame, and that's I'm going to cut it. It's about, I'd say, 4 inches wide, so I'm going to cut it 2 inches into that and then drill it down there. So it'd be a good stable platform. I'm probably got to replace, it's probably a metal frame down here. Let's check it out. Yeah, so right here you got the metal frame, and I can just mount on that. You can see underneath it. Overall, the boards are good. This is really the only spot I've seen. Let's see. I can actually see better with the camera. Should turn this on initially. Yeah, so I'll replace this whole section right here. And it looks just like, I'm about to rewash it though, just so I can see some of these spots. The frame I'm going to wire a brush to. I gotta take it someplace else. So I got a buddy that's got a lift, and I'll see if I can get it up on a lift to work on the frame and run some new wiring. That wire dangling right here is just a temporary trailer hitch, but it's got electric brakes on it. It's been rewired with some wire nuts, so that's a little shady. I'll go in there and check out what's happening. That the floor though looks, I mean, it doesn't look good, but it's solid. So I'll just throw some treatment on it when I get her up in the air. I gotta get this thing going in a couple weeks, so all this is gonna happen quick, and it's gonna be dirty. It's not gonna be a clean, full restoration, but if I can avoid peeling the skin off and getting it all working order, because I mean, when you really look around, this thing's in a really great shape for being from 1970. Now back here, the previous owner must have taken this whole bedding area out, because this is definitely, I don't think this is factory, but I know these boards are really loose. Straight up, whoever, Shasta didn't use these screws, I don't recall, and they missed this beam. So all this is gonna have to, I'm gonna tear this whole bed out and rebuild it, which is kind of a good thing. So I'm thinking about doing something kind of sexy with it, maybe put in a curve form in one nice storage box that is accessible into the trunk, which is what right underneath this is the trunk compartment. Let's see if we can get into the trunk right here. And these are the original jacks and the original tire blocks right here. Cannot beat that. Ew, those jugs of something down there. Ugh. I gotta re-weather strip everything, obviously. But you can see here this weather stripping ripped off, or it was taken out when they repair this. And this whole pantry area that's right here by the door, not very thick. I'll try to give you a representation with my arm. It's only about maybe 2 foot deep. Not even that, maybe 20 inches. This is all going to get torn out, and this is going to become a chamber closet where I will build a, right here's a wheelhouse. I will keep boxed in pretty much like so. I'll just extend this. I'll play off of what they maybe drop it down. Yeah, you know what? I like that little extra space right there. Yeah, I'll just continue this boxing of it. This isn't one piece. This is on a different level. So maybe I'll go off of this one. Come across here. I'm going to mount a toilet right here. That's going to be just a single unit with the attached black tank on it. And I'm going to build some sort of curtain system that can pull out where you can be enclosed. Basically just a double wall that will slide out to about here. And then you have appropriate room to do your business. And you have your privacy. And the wall will only extend out to about here. I'm not doing a fridge. I'm going to do a cooler chest. And just use dry ice or just regular ice if I'm going out for the weekend. But I'm not going to do a fridge. I'd rather use that power for air conditioning somewhere in this unit. Which is another thing. Air conditioning. All this stuff I have to do cheap and quick on a timely manner. And it has to be at least quality build where it's going to hold together while I'm driving. But I have a toilet. I got to clean out the water, which, check this out. This is the fresh water tank. That thing is huge. I was expecting a little 10-gallon water tank. That thing looks like it's 20, 25. I mean, it's massive. So I got to clean that sucker out, make sure it all works. I got to connect some lines. I got to fix down some of these fixtures. I don't know if this was broken, which is why it was taken off or what. But that's your freshwater tank pump. If you wanted fresh water out of the tank, you pump it. The water comes out. And this hooks up directly to a fitting right there, which outside you can just put a regular hose up to, and then you would have running water as needed. And then this guy right here, the absolute gem right here. This is a Coleman Holiday. These much any camper you see from the 60s, 70s, and all around that, you will see a stove that looks very much like this, and it's probably a Coleman Holiday. Used inside. I mean, there wasn't. If it was used, it was used once or twice, but I mean, it's immaculately clean. I mean, it really looks good. I gotta check to see. I'm gonna repaint it. I'm gonna go with a blue theme for the appliances, and probably that back wall. I'm gonna do a nice light blue, an infantry blue. I'll use my airbrush to do a darkening around the edges or lightening, whatever looks better. To give it a nice little spray on the corners. Little small quick things I can knock out in my room or at work when I'm on lunch. But it's all gas. Gas lines, the guy told me it was working properly when he parked it. So I'm going to have a friend of mine that does gas come over and check it out. This is a Sunlight, which I just discovered this. I was incorrect thinking it was Old Humphrey. It's a Sunlight brand S400. I'm gonna have to get a new. I don't know anything about gas lamps, so I got to research gas lamps. But I'm gonna get that thing. It's got a glass globe that looks like a cup that's gonna sit in here. There's a wick or a mantle, they call it. I guess I got to buy one of those, and then I should be able just to light it up from the bottom, turn the gas on like so, and I should be able to right here, and then the hood vent. It's the air going out the hood vent if you're cooking something or whatever. I gotta fix these. Just new hinges. The doors are good. Cupboards are good. Got a panel. I can't see what size breaker that is. What is that? 15. Let me see. Can you guys read that? I can't. Whatever. the wiring system, I think the guy rewired it. The AC portion of it. I'm hoping he didn't touch the 12 volt. It was just off the 12 volt. And I'd like for another light to run off 12 volt inside. And long term, I'd like to actually get battery storage and be able to kind of be off the grid for at least a day or two in it and have enough power to run lights. That's really about it. I think sun damage. There might be a little water with it back here maybe, but that's not uncommon for the corners of the windows. The rest of them seem in really well shape. I'm not seeing any discoloration. Even right here so close, if this window was leaking, it'd be real bad in this corner. I'm just not seeing it. I'm hoping I can get away with just replacing a couple. This stuff's that thin. I'm sorry, I'm like the worst live streamer. Yeah. Hey, that looks good in there. There ain't no water damage. Win one for America. Before I bust my ass. Hey, let me give you a quick look at the outside, though, before I go. It's windy. Give you a rundown. I'm going to repaint the white. I'm going to replace the yellow with red. I'll show you what color red. I'm hoping to get this done in 2 weeks. I want this thing painted. You can see the window sills are holding up real well. I gotta get new window cranks. I got the marker. I got all the lights coming in about a week. I have LED. All the lights outside will be LED. I gotta take off these temporary ones. Make sure these are still working. I like to get LEDs for these too. This back door is gonna be a bit of a job. I want to make it look good, so I'm gonna probably take that into work and mess with it. Try to get it squared away. Fill in these holes where the screws are. But yeah, 2 weeks. Let's get this thing painted. Oh, here's the other rim for it. This has one of the original tires that was on it when I picked it up, but I took the spare tire. I'm working on it right now. A lot of flies out here. It's kind of warming up today. I'm going to test out a Rust-Oleum single stage enamel white paint real quick on the skin somewhere and see how it looks and see how well it holds up. I'm gonna do it on the back corner where it's gonna get a lot of sunlight. Let me show you the roof real quick. I mean, this was a good find. I'm really happy with it. I cleaned the roof off yesterday. You can see the spot I couldn't quite reach, but I'll get it later with a long sponge. But I like to get all this painted. It's got dents and things, but you know what? I don't care. It's been used, and it's going to get used again, as long as it's holding together and ain't leaking. I ordered a new vent for that. They'll have a cover for it. And that was really the only spot that I suspected is going to have water damage. But with the work needed in the kitchen, I'm probably going to have to tear out those internal walls anyway, and I'll be able to replace framing without having to take the skin off. Overall, this was a really good find. I'm really happy with it. No, I didn't just like I came across it, but I mean, this was a long time in the making. I spent the last 2 months constantly perusing Craigslist, eBay, and then just driving around in my free time. And I knew sooner or later I would find the diamond in the rough. And I'll put a little slideshow together of pictures I've taken it from when I found it to where it is now. So you can see just how bad it looked. And when you just do a little car wash, a little scrubbing, a little bleach, fire, a bucket to gag in, you end up with a decent quality camper here. And this thing's really in good shape. But everybody, I'll give you news tomorrow. I'm gonna get working on this. Removing probably this dining area right here, seeing what the full damage is, but yeah, so I'm gonna get started on. And this board needs replaced too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get started on it.